My name is Grace Huang, and I come here 2 or 3 times a week after my regular school. The community school is located in downtown LA. There are about 1,000 kids studying here, and their ages range from 3 to 18, a few even older. And it's a non-profit school, and that means it doesn't get its money from the business. It gets its money from donations, and we pay fees, but you can also get scholarships. Anyone can come to study here. I study mainly piano, but now I take music theory, and I take modern dance here. I used to have to go to a private teacher's house for private lessons, but I like it this way much more. It makes it interesting and fun to come here because you meet kids from all over, and they like the same sorts of things you do. I think that when you learn to study music or learn how to dance, you're really learning how to do anything. You learn what discipline is, and you learn how to work hard, and you learn how to solve your own problems. It's just like a way to express your own feelings and thoughts. Since I was a little tiny baby, my mom always had the radio on, and she didn't really take it seriously, but I really liked music then, and I wanted to play something, and it kind of bugged my mom about lessons. And my mom finally got me my first teacher, and my teacher said I was doing well. And so my mom started thinking about continuing it because at first she thought that I was gonna get bored, and I really wasn't because I was always interested in music, and I'm still am.
Okay? All right. Try from the beginning once again. Slow. Both hands.
When I started at the community school, I first started by the Suzuki method. That's when your parents come in and listen to your lesson and then help you at home. The Suzuki method really encourages people to start young. The younger, the better. Suzuki is really about learning with other people and beginning young.
That was lovely. Ready?
Now, I tell you what, do it from the beginning. Just take it, the whole thing slower, okay?
The teachers here are really different because
you missed the
they
part.
enjoy
Don't put it
what
in too
they
early, honey.
do,
You
and
miss this one. We
to
don't
me
want
that makes a lot of difference. And when you have the teacher to yourself, you really just learn by your own pace. And I think you learn more that way.
4. Not until 4. Try again. Here it comes.
Over the top. Over the top. Hesitate. 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 Lift. And deep lift. And head belongs to it. And deep lift. And deep lift. And strew super soft. And strew. Get rid of the elbows. And strew. Other side. And strew. And stroke. You have a nice velvet cloth hanging on that left arm, draped around it, and you want to feel the texture of it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the feeling of that not so stable position. And lift. And again, and sink. Not at all sentimental, okay? Just traveling downwards and upwards. And up. And sink and lift. Lift and lift. Fall. And now impulse and fall. And up. Little too soon, Shannon. Stand and fall into the swivel. Pas de bourrée. Diminish, diminish, and yeah. Turn, and up, 2. Good girl. Very nice. Change of atmosphere. Off you go. Yeah, enjoy it. Lift and frolic. Yeah. And turn, and long with the hips, and back, 2, 3, and 4.
There are some teachers called master teachers. The Miss Schoenfelds who teach violin and cello have their students come to their home, and they work with the kids who look like they might become professionals.
We do not teach our students suddenly to think now they have to be creative. Everything they do is creative. So it's wonderful when a young person finds a teacher who explains these things from the start. One does not talk, for instance, about loud and soft. Loud and soft doesn't mean very much to a young person. It doesn't mean that much to many people. But the texture of materials, velvet, silk, satin. Sometimes I let them touch my fur if I want them to get that feeling of very gentleness, you know, not to get under the skin, to develop the sensitivity for sound, different colors, how to make contact with the string. It's a very delicate matter. Later on, the strings in that measure play very broad. Can you underline that very much like a thick carpet? Beautiful. So shall we do the second
When you're
part
playing
and
with
you
a
find
group,
the scene?
you enjoy working with each other, and it's really fun.
One has to choose to explain joy or to explain pain or compassion. Or how do you explain to a 13-year-old passion? Yeah. Like, for instance, Maya, when she played today, she played this particular piece when she was 13 years old, when we started it. Yeah, and then... To stimulate, for instance, the imagination, you tell about Carmen, you tell about the opera, you tell them to go, and all of a sudden they understand that it is what a capricious lady can be, and so their arm means... Practice had such a bitter taste for many young people. It means hours of seclusion and repetition, which in a way I think is extremely creative.
Well, I don't want to practice either, but I practice every day I try to maintain 1 to 2 hours. Sometimes less because of homework and other activities. But it isn't easy because you have trouble and you get frustrated when you can't do it the first time. But you can't do it the first time, and it kind of gets boring because you have to go through the same practicing methods. And sometimes when I'm just playing it through, I suddenly get into the music. That's what I call involvement, because when I get into that mood, I forget about everything and I'm really concentrated. And that's sometimes a rare mood I get into. kids, sometimes they're looking out the windows, seeing a ball game or something, and they get distracted because, like, they think, oh, he should have slid or something. But sometimes I do that too and then my mom comes in and then she catches me and then she closes the curtains and so I can't see outside.
And 1. And lift the elbow, Shelley. And little toe on the ground, Shannon. You're rolling in. And you're up too soon, Keisha. Listen to the music. Use all of it. Slowly up. Don't sit down there. Elevate up. And turn out right from the hips. More turn out, Keisha. Heels forward. Second and 1, 2. A little wider, Keisha.
One of the nice things about music is that you can take what you've learned and share it. Cynthia Lee is a piano student here. She's 14 now and she's put together a choir from amongst her church and high school friends. They practice every week at her church. Music is something that brings us together. It's a community thing. Andrew Pierce is going to be a concert cellist.
I wanted to be an astronaut, but I used to watch the classical stations on TV with my father every once in a while, and for some unknown reason I was just fascinated with the cello. I didn't think that much about it except when I watched television. So then when I was 9 years old, I started the cello and I thought it was neat that I could play, but I still wasn't very willing to make the sacrifice needed to become good at it. So I would say just maybe 2.5 years ago when I started studying with Miss Schoenfeld, it really opened up.
But not too loud. Not a... It's a bit too juicy, you know, just a little bit too intense. Back up and... change the bow, and the pianist looks from the back.
Is there a better way I could signal that?
A better way to do what?
Signal my pianist so we're together.
I was just going to say, don't signal too much. I think it disturbs the whole atmosphere of the beautiful piece that you play. Create an atmosphere. The signaling makes it so real. You know, one also starts to watch you. But one wants to be totally feeling along with you. Don't do too much. Yes, from another world, just completely detached. Very lovely what you do there. When you play together with the conductor, well, you don't have to signal anything. The conductor can see, as you well know. There's no need to signal. And even so, you know, in the development, in the duration of a note, the way you play it, the way you feel it, and another sensitive musician feels it along. You don't have to signal, really. Get into it once more and see how it really works for you.
You're not born with it. Very few people get turned on to the instrument the very first time they play it. It's all something you have to learn, and eventually you'll learn that it's a way to show your emotions, and it's a way to let your feelings out.
The most difficult thing to teach a child, in my opinion, is discipline. I've known numerous children whose parents have let them quit playing when the child comes to them and says, "Daddy" or "Mommy, I don't want to play this anymore. It's no fun, and it's no fun anymore to play this violin." A lot of parents would let them quit at that point. In Andrew's particular case, he couldn't see why, after playing through a piece once or twice or three times, why he had to do it more. And further, he couldn't see why he couldn't play through the whole piece and be done with it. Why he had to take two measures out and play them over and over until he got them right, and then the next two measures and play those over and over until he got them right. He didn't understand why that was necessary.
I find it very difficult when people interrupt me when I'm practicing. When I start, I kind of put myself in a subconscious mood to where I think only about the cello and not so much as the things around me.
I like performing and going to competitions best about music. And plus you make, well, my mom says, kids that play an instrument usually don't have time to get into trouble. And if you take music seriously, actually, I think it's fun, because you get to at the same time you're learning music and manners, because once when I was performing, when I was little, I climbed up the seat instead of going from the side in, and my underwear showed. And it was really embarrassing because my mom told me and I didn't even know about it. And then she told me next time to go from the side of the piano and then slide in. are a lot of ways I think about music. It's not just playing and performing and going to contests. It's a lot of other things. It's like ideas and feelings and thoughts.